When Monty Python's Life of Brian hit theaters in 1979, it didn't just spark laughs, it ignited outrage, sparked protests, and instantly became one of the most controversial comedies ever made. But behind the satire and the sandals lies a treasure trove of bizarre, fascinating facts that most fans have never heard. So buckle up, because the story behind this cult classic is just as outrageous as the movie itself. Let's start with the most obvious. Life of Brian was banned in multiple countries. We're not talking about a short slap on the wrist. Entire cities and nations refused to screen it. Ireland, Norway, and several parts of the UK outright banned the film for blasphemy. In Sweden, the movie was marketed with a hilarious tagline, mocking its ban in Norway. So funny, it was banned in Norway. The controversy only fueled curiosity, turning the movie into an underground phenomenon. Now here's a fact that might shock even die-hard Python fans. The movie almost didn't happen at all. After reading the first draft of the script, Emmy Films, the original backers, pulled out at the last second just weeks before filming began. Why? They feared the religious backlash. With the project on the brink of collapse, an unexpected savior stepped in, George Harrison. Yes, the Beatle. A lifelong fan of the Pythons, Harrison literally mortgaged his house to finance the film. He created a production company, Handmade Films, just to get Life of Brian made. When asked why he did it, Harrison replied, "Because I wanted to see the movie. That might be the most expensive movie ticket in history." Speaking of behind the scenes surprises, did you know that Brian was almost played by someone else? Initially, the Pythons planned for Eric Idle to take the lead. But after some discussion, they decided Graham Chapman, who had already played King Arthur in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, would be a better fit for the straight man role. Despite Chapman's personal struggles with alcohol at the time, he managed to give a performance that has since become iconic. And what about that infamous crucifixion scene at the end, where everyone sings "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life"? Believe it or not, it was almost scrapped. The idea of ending a film with a mass crucifixion played for laughs was considered too risky, but the Pythons doubled down on their irreverent tone. The result? One of the most unexpectedly uplifting movie endings of all time. That catchy tune became so beloved it was even sung at soccer games and funerals. Yes, funerals. Let's not forget the subtle details that add layers of comedy. Every time someone in the film says "Judean People's Front," someone angrily shouts, "We're the People's Front of Judea." This gag wasn't just random, it was a clever satire of splinter groups and political infighting, a theme the Pythons noticed in real-world activist circles. It's witty, biting, and oddly relevant even decades later. Another bizarre fact: the film was shot in Tunisia, using some of the same sets built for Jesus of Nazareth and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Imagine filming a parody of the Bible just steps away from where serious religious epics were being shot. That contrast only added to the film's surreal, rebellious energy. Of course, not everyone was laughing. Many religious groups called the movie blasphemous. In the UK, televised debates were held where the Pythons defended their work against bishops and critics. What most people missed, though, was that Life of Brian wasn't mocking Jesus. In fact, Jesus is treated with respect in his brief appearance. The film is really about how people misinterpret and manipulate religion. The joke wasn't on Jesus, it was on us. Even with all the backlash, Life of Brian has stood the test of time. Critics now hail it as one of the greatest comedies ever made. It's been re-released in theaters, celebrated in documentaries, and dissected in academic circles. What started as a scandal became a legend, and let's not forget the legacy it left behind. Without Life of Brian, Handmade Films might not have existed. That means we wouldn't have gotten British cult classics like With Nail and I, Time Bandits, or Mona Lisa. George Harrison's wild gamble didn't just save a movie, it shaped an entire corner of British cinema. So, next time you hear the cheerful whistle of "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life," remember, behind that catchy tune is a movie that challenged taboos, broke rules, and made millions laugh while asking big questions. Life of Brian wasn't just a comedy, it was a cultural earthquake. Whether you love it or hate it, one thing's for sure, you'll never watch it the same way again.